Right, hallelujah? Yeah. Everybody who's 18 and younger does not know what's going on. But all of us who are in college or we're old, they don't insure us in this country. We don't have health insurance. So I'm limping around with a bad knee that I need surgery, but I can't get surgery because I have no health insurance. Right? That sucks because they kicked me out when I was 19. So, alright, this, what was it, Wednesday, Tuesday, was supposedly history making, right? In the United States of America, it was like, Obama made history. They signed this healthcare reform. Alright? And everybody started chanting, change, change, change. And like the Senate and the House of Reps, and everybody's like, woo! All the Republicans were going nuts. So, this is what's basically going on in like the outside world. And that is basically what's going on in the religious world. Let me make sure you guys get me. So, this coming up week will be Palm Sunday. And that is when everybody went out y elevaron a Jesús. Le decían Hosanna y Aleluya, and they started throwing palms at him, like, le proclamaron que él era el rey, pretty much. And then comes the Passion of the Christ in Easter, Good Friday, Resurrection Sunday. You know how Obama made history by signing health insurance? Well, Jesus made bigger history. He changed the world by dying on that cross. And by dying on that cross, He's renewing that pact with you. By dying on a wooden cross that wasn't even pretty, it was just sticks. It was like whatever they found. Every time Easter comes around, you have to realize it's history. It's history. And yes, we want change, but the only one that can do the real change is us. Who cares about Obama and all that? It's BS to us. Because what we really need to be focusing on is not about politics and all this going on in the world, what the whole society is talking about. It's about Him. And it's about you. It's the most beautiful gift that anybody could give you. In 1 Timothy 4, verse 7, the Apostle Paul talks about training yourself for devotion. Does anybody know what that means? Gabriel? No? Oh, I thought you did. Okay. So what we're trying to do is you're trying to train your soul. You're trying to train your whole body, your whole self to become a true Christian. If you guys want real change, if you guys are tired of seeing these racks full, if you guys are tired of being still in this basement, when in reality we all know that we could be somewhere bigger, that every youth explosion is more than 280 kids. That is real change. But look where we are. We're still here. We're still under, 150 kids. I think that's sad. Because we are selfish. We come here. And we're not true Christians. We're two-faced. We're fake. Yeah, that's you guys? Shh. Let's not be two-faced. Let's not be fake. Let's not pretend to be a perfect little girl, a perfect little boy when you come to church. And then when you're outside, you're doing everything but thinking about Jesus. We are all guilty of that. The Holy Spirit and Jesus came into my life 7 years ago. He touched me. He spoke to me. I had visions of Him every day. I was 14. And He told me that He had a huge plan in my life. And I was like, yes, I want to give my whole life to God. I wanted to become a nun. I wanted to become a saint. Like, I was all into it. I hit high school. And little by little, I was like, oh, see, that's kind of hard. I was like, you know what, I'll conform by just going to church. And then I started to realize that there's a lot of other extracurricular activities that, you can do. And I started to have fun, right? I became two-faced. Because I would come to church, and I would put my little dress on, look cute, be like, Jesus, I love you! And then I'd be like, Vodka, I love you! Like, on like a Saturday. That is being two-faced. Then, God was like, okay, I got you. He was like, how do you guys say in Dominican, tato, right? I've been learning since I've been coming here. He was like, alright, let's test you and see if you really want to give your life to me. Pay attention, please. He said, let's see if you really want to give your life to me. And long and behold, I was bulimic. And I was like puking everywhere and whatever. You guys know the story. A week before I turned 18, I was at Butler Hospital.
That's what my answer is.
I was at Butler Hospital, and they were telling my parents that I was a menace to myself and to society. And that I had to stay there for extensive evaluation. So just think about what was going on in my life. So just for them to tell my parents that. Thank God my parents are smart and they were like, no, we're taking her home. They took me home. And that's when I realized that God does really exist. And that I don't need friends. That I don't need to go to parties. I don't need men in my life to say, oh, you're so beautiful. No, I needed Him. And the doctors gave me 3 months to live. And this was exactly 4 years ago. On March 13th, I was supposed to die. So I've been living 4 extra years because that's when I was about to kill myself. And all I could think was, this cannot be the end of me. Because God told me I had a mission in life. God told me that I was somebody to Him. God told me that I was special to Him. God showed me how He died on that cross 2,000 years ago for me.